close, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. But tonight we've got a preseason matchup, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Tyler Luke.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They're going to start this drive in pretty good shape right past the 30.
The Cowboys take over.
Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
And he's coming off of an injury-shortened season where he only played in 8 games, but he's hoping to get back to an all-pro level that he played at a year before. Now, with new weapons in town, he and his team believe they can go deep in the playoffs and have a major impact.
Our first carry now. This is Williams. To about the 35, second down.
Javonte Williams, the ball carrier.
Linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays.
It's a pickup of 3.
They have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Here's 2nd and 7. Prescott on play action. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. That was a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A gain of 19
yards on the pickup. Officially, let's say it's going to go for 19.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down.
A nice gain there to his trusty tight end, and now it's got them thinking opening drive touchdown here as they get into the red zone.
And in most cases with your tight end, you feel like you've got a mismatch no matter who's covering him. Is it a small cornerback? Is it a linebacker who may not run as well? In any event, whatever you see, you think that tight end can win that battle.
Pass.
Complete to
Miles Sanders.
Screen, it's 2nd down.
A 2-yard gain.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Prescott now. Touchdown! Prescott with a connection to CerDee Lamb. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him.
The
he
kicker
still
on
outplayed
for
the
the point
coverage
after.
and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
His kick
the extra point
good.
And good by Aubrey.
Makes the score
and that
Cowboys
makes the score 7-0.
Ravens nothing. Brandon
So after the
Aubrey to kick
touchdown,
off for the
Aubrey now to
Cowboys.
kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Number 8, Lamar Jackson trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And when I watch him play, all I think about is the word improvement. Every season in the league, he finds a way to get better and has become just as dynamic with his arm as he has with his legs. 41 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions in 2024. His big goal now, getting his team to a Super Bowl. Plenty of success during the regular season. Now they want to win at playoff time.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And he's got a good gain of 7 up
Derrick
to the 37.
Henry, the Ravens ball carrier.
Now, you often say
He's
that
brought
sort of
down at the
opens the playbook now,
37-yard
second
line.
and short. What do you
Brings
think,
up
early
second
shot here?
down.
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
So from the 37, here's second and 2. Off the option, here's Henry. And they'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
A pickup of
Randy,
2
you know that
yards.
expression? He just
And
does
the
what he
Ravens
does.
first down.
It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Throwing is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete.
So now here in the
Brings
second
up
week of the
second and
preseason,
10
you'd expect
at the
the starters to
40-yard
a little
line.
bit more than they did in week 1, but not a whole lot.
So if you're an offensive coordinator, what are you looking for?
What you're looking for is things getting cleaned up as you go along because most of your playbook's probably installed. How well are they handling it? Easy in and out of the huddle? No mental mistakes? Are they starting to look like a good offensive football team?
Jackson's pass.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. Couldn't get away.
A 3-yard
third
pickup.
down and 6 to go.
Third down.
I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that. And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on third down. And third down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a fourth
Jordan
down.
Stout in punt
Fourth
formation
down, and
for
out
the
comes
Ravens.
Jordan Stout here to punt. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. And the fair catch is taken
Signaled
at
for
about the
and
13-yard line here.
The Cowboys take
A
over
40-yard
first and
punt,
10.
no return.
At their own
And the
13-yard
Cowboys will
line.
be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it first and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And way up past the 35, Williams taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That's good for a Cowboys.
Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a
line.
pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well because when you're running 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
Brings up second
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On the counter, here's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of
He was
scrimmage.
taken down behind
It'll
the
be
line
a
of
loss of a
scrimmage.
couple on the
It's a
play,
loss
so
of
now
2.
third down
Brings
coming up.
Third down
Sometimes
and
you
8.
just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Prescott from the gun on third. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, that one hurts. I mean, it was third down, of course, but now the penalty, and we're back to first down.
Yeah, it hurts momentum in a big way, and they built that up here in the early going. Now, that leaves the opposition with a first down. That's a mistake you don't want to make at this point in the game.
Sanders. And running room scares here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Just shy of the goal line.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Second and goal.
They're right there at the one. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
Williams. And he's not going to get in as the big body stop him at the one.
Brought down behind
Officially,
the line of
it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Now third
That's
and
a nice
goal.
example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there.
And he'll get it. He's over for a touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Cowboys lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Makes the score Cowboys 14,
PAT.
Ravens
And
nothing.
that'll make the score 14-0.
Brandon Aubrey to kick
So
off
after the
for
touchdown,
the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
On the return.
Baltimore set to
The
take
Ravens
over here
take
for their
over
second
first and
possession of the
10
game.
At their own
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They go play action with Jackson. That went out wide and intercepted. And he takes this one into the end zone. The Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
It's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
The
Aubrey
kicker
down
on
for the
point
PAT.
after.
It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0.
Makes the score Cowboys
A heck of a play
21.
there defensively,
Ravens
getting the
nothing.
interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So how about
Aubrey
this
to
for
kick
a
off
start?
for the
21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Ravens take over first and 10.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
23-yard line.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit.
Oh, right on the heels of the pick six, another ball intercepted. Murray picked up on the Parker. And the Cowboys are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Cowboys take over first
But to me,
and
it's
10
pretty simple,
at
and
their
it's
own
fairly obvious,
46-yard
isn't it? He's
line.
got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline. And now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action now, Prescott. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on,
Brings
down.
up 3rd down and 10.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Throwing, Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Brings up 4th down.
So much
and
about
less than a
offense is what
yard.
you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Brandon
stopped him in
Aubrey
his
on
tracks.
for the Cowboys field goal. A 61-yard attempt.
And
The
that
kick
is
is
no good. He gave it a good run. That wasn't more than a foot or so wide to the left. And the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50. 1st and 10. They set up the screen for Henry. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
The tackle made
That
back
one
at his
unable
own
to
49.
develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
To Rashad Bateman.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try and run the option to pick it up. He's going to be a yard short. Needed two, but only got one.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run forward Henry. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. And he is going to lose yardage here.
On the keeper.
That was Travis Jones working his way through and sticking him behind the
tackle
line.
made back at the 39-yard
his
line.
mind there. There was just no place to go. Tried to bounce it and get outside on the draw.
Yeah, but the defense wasn't thinking pass. They knew that they were running it.
And I love the way that they covered all the gaps. You know, we can do all the lettering and the numbering and all those things, but those run fits that we talk about all the time, each person fitting in the proper spot on defense.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
He'll wind up getting two there as he does it himself and picks up the
first down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. They'll try to throw now. Prescott toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down.
It's a gain of 21 yards.
And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Cowboys 1st down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes
line.
together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, do a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for, the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
To throw is Prescott. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no, they'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Down and 11.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Prescott. Down to the 10. Prescott able to use those legs of his to pick up the
16 yards. That's another Cowboys. 1st down and 10 yards to go.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, an 8-yard touchdown run. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
The kicker on for the extra point.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0
Makes
now.
the score Cowboys 28.
A good drive
Ravens,
that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Didn't learn his lesson the first time.
First down,
but looks
Ravens.
like a second early interception got through to him. Now he understands. Don't force a throw if it's not there. Oftentimes, running is the better play anyway. Case in point, he picks up a first down there.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's going to get stopped up quickly.
Derrick Henry, the ball carrier.
Give him a yard down to the 43.
The tackle made by Malik Hooker.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
This will go to Henry out wide. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
Derrick Henry.
So the completion good for 7 there.
On the play.
And that'll leave him with a third and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker. But I don't think he got there. He did not. The loss of a yard, and it brings up
fourth down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, here's the option. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
A
gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. First down on a pickup of 11. Little read option, the end result, the first down, so a good read.
And the way teams are running it nowadays, they've added variety to it. You know, the original way was you read the defensive end. If he crashes down, you pull it and you go. Now they may not even block that.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And they finally put an end to this return. It's all the way down to 37. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. The Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down.
That's good.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains, because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 24-yard line brings up 2nd down.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. Looking for a comeback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And that nearly intercepted.
Intended for
a guy known for his
Tolbert.
hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. Instead, it's 4th down. As we thought they might do here in week 2 of the preseason, they've left their starting quarterback out there for the 2nd quarter. But I would imagine we will not see him after halftime.
Yeah, this is the time of year you've got to get your backup some reps and make sure you protect your starting quarterback.
Well, they're able to come away with the interception, Charles. They aren't able to move the ball all that much. However, they do get 3 out of it with a field goal.
Yeah, and anytime you do force a turnover, you have to come out of it with points. Everybody wants 6. They'll take the 3 there. Now it's their opportunity to do it again.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. It's complete to Hopkins.
Jackson's pass.
So the completion results in 9 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about 4.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Jackson from the shotgun. To the right side, into the hands of Flowers.
Complete.
2 yards, good enough for first.
2 yards on the play.
Offense, you're looking for
And
anything
Ravens
possible to get you
down.
going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. That's caught. It's Flowers. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Flowers.
36 yards on the
of
play.
36 yards.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively. Just too hard to keep him under wraps. And delivers a big play here for this offense.
Again, Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers.
Jackson's
That is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
Zay Flowers, 26 yards. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. It's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Makes the
Extra
score
point splits the uprights.
31.
And the lead's down to 24. Now after the touchdown, Luke
Baltimore.
back out to kick this one away. And they're going to be set up beautifully. A heck of a return down inside the 40-yard line.
The Cowboys take over.
Forget the idea of flipping the field.
At the
they have now put
35-yard
themselves in
line.
position to score points with that big-time return.
The offense getting set again. We spotlight Javonte Williams, the running back. He's been effective so far over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. Escaping a tackle at the 25. And brought down before they're inside the 25.
A gain of 10
It'll be a gain
yards.
of 10 to start the drive
And
out
the
by a few
Cowboys
inches. That'll be a first down.
First and 10 at the
We use the word
24-yard
relentless a
line.
lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On play action, Prescott. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
On the
Play action is
throwaway.
supposed to be used to slow down
Brings up
pressure,
second
slow
and
down
10
blitzes. In
at
this
the
case, though,
24-yard
if it takes a
line.
little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Now a second and 10. Now Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brings
He did
up
a fine
third
job there of
down
not hitting it
and
before
10
the ball
yards to
arrived.
go.
And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for Jalen
I feel
Tolbert.
like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing
now
jerseys
fourth
right
down.
now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Brandon Aubrey on for the Cowboys field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
And this one is right through.
Good.
And that will extend their lead
Makes
even
the score
further.
Cowboys 34.
So more of the same here, CeeDee.
Ravens
Not a
7.
touchdown, but 3 more points added on to their lead.
Yeah, it's been a total domination here in this first half. Offensively, defensively, even the special teams have chipped in as he connects on the field goal. It may be a little bit premature, but I think the only thing they're worried about dominating now, the post-game meal.
Brandon Aubrey
So
to
after
kick
the made
off for
field
the
goal,
Cowboys.
back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return.
The Ravens and Lamar Jackson about ready to take over once more. He bounced back from that 3-interception start to the ball game to throw a touchdown pass on their last drive. Now they'll try to keep that momentum moving here. First down. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start with a give to Henry. That's to about the 28. Second down
Number
coming
22,
up.
Derrick Henry, the ball
I
carrier.
could see what he was thinking
brought
on
down
that
by
carry. About to throw that big tackle through the hole.
4
Ended up
yards
only
on the
getting
pickup.
4 yards on the carry.
Second and
I think he had
6.
designs on that
At the
one being bigger.
28-yard line.
Second down and 6 now. Now Jackson. Henry's got it. Out on the left side. No gain there, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now it's Jackson. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's now
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's
Jordan
fourth down.
Stout in punt
Here's
formation
Jordan
for the
Stout
Ravens.
now. Taken from just outside the 30. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a first and 10.
At their own
And now Dallas
36-yard
gets set
line.
to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3. That is the big fella, Nami Matabike, forcing his way in. He comes up with a sack. That's a step in the right direction defensively here, because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction, and that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them, and now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Prescott on play action. Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Hunter Lipke.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great
It's
defensive
now 3rd
effort.
down and
Sack
14.
on first down, followed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Prescott now. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half.
This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
In punt formation for the Cowboys.
Down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in late at the 20-yard line.
The Ravens take over.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
20-yard line.
The Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll start the drive. It's Derrick Henry. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And only at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Dallas offense set for this next drive. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
Jackson's pass.
His first
to Mark
catch, good for
Andrews.
16 and a first.
A gain of 16
It's been
yards.
a very one-sided game
First
so
down,
far. They got to change what
Baltimore.
they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Jackson. He'll get this to Flowers, left side.
Jackson's
He's
pass.
tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Henry up the middle. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
He was taken down.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. Here's Jackson to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 43. The 3rd down conversion successful.
And
a gain of 11.
First down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. They go play action with Jackson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37.
Jackson's pass.
Nice rhythm
Complete to
throw
Mark
there on 1st
Andrews.
down. He located his tight
A
end, made a
6-yard
nice, easy
pickup.
catch and catch.
Brings up
Hoping he
2nd
can break
and
a
4
tackle or two.
at
Wasn't
the
able to do
Cowboys'
that there, but still good
37-yard
yardage.
line.
This 2nd and 4.
Watch the edge. Cheer.
Henry out the pistol. And this has been a recurring theme for sure. Nowhere to run.
Brought down
scrimmage, that's all.
It's a loss
Call
of a
that
yard.
a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here's Jackson. That is caught. And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
First down, Ravens.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. To throw is Jackson. And there's a quick throw caught by Andrews. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll try to run for it with Henry. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens get a bit closer.
And you can forgive this defense just a bit here. They know how dangerous Lamar Jackson is running the football. Stopping him is in many ways a prime concern. So here, they're late to react to the handoff on the option, and it costs them as this winds up a touchdown.
Tyler Luke
for the extra point. And the lead is down to 20.
Makes the score.
So that drive goes
34.
a full 80 yards
Ravens,
in 10 plays.
14.
And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Cowboys take over first
now
and
heading
10
back out onto the field.
At their own 31-yard
Obviously
line.
not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
It's a gain of 9.
Give him 9 on the keeper there, and it'll leave him with a second and just a few inches.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
Again, Dak going to keep it. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. There's still a little bit of disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
At the 35-yard line.
Down on the play by Trenton Simpson.
It's now 2nd and 6.
That was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Prescott from the gun. And this pass broken up.
Prescott,
the contact well-timed there,
CerDee Lamb,
and now fourth down.
Results
from a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The Cowboys field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Defense.
And this is going to be roughing the kicker, an inexcusable penalty, Charles.
You've worked so hard to hold him to a three-point kick. Now you're giving him the ball again with a chance for a touchdown.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Outright, he finds Tolbert. He's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. 1st and 10.
That's another.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of the best plays yet.
At the 11-yard
line. Get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing. Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-time touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
The
Aubrey
kicker
down
on
for the
point
PAT.
after.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Cowboys 41.
So
Ravens
that winds up
14.
a 7-play drive all told. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab.
Brandon Aubrey to kick
So
off
after the
for
touchdown,
the
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own
The Ravens
21-yard
offense
line.
and receiver Zay Flowers set to take over once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play as borne out by the numbers. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits. So you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson now. He finds Hopkins complete.
Jackson's pass.
Call it a gain of a yard.
To number 10,
it'll be second
DeAndre
down.
Hopkins.
Good throw, good catch. But I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Jackson. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end Andrews.
Complete to
19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
19 yards.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
Williams on the stop.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. Now it's Jackson. Flowers.
Complete.
And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12. As the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the gun, it's Jackson. His throw taken in by Isaiah Likely.
Jackson's pass.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved. Call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. 2nd and 1 now from the 21. From the gun, Jackson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Complete to DeAndre
It's a good
Hopkins.
gain of 11, sets him up first and
goal
goal.
at the 10-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
They'll try the right side with Henry. And a tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts.
It's a gain of a yard.
As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got it.
Jackson.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Now Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
Complete to Zay Flowers.
A great play
Touchdown,
there.
Baltimore.
With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left.
Tyler
now for the extra point.
For the extra point.
And the lead is down to 20.
Good. Makes the score
A 10-play drive
41.
that time. And
Ravens,
it's capped off by the
21.
Baltimore score. Now after the touchdown, Luke
to kick off
back
for
out to
Baltimore.
kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Cowboys take over.
The Cowboy
first and
offense
10
going to head out now late in this first half.
Line.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Caught left side, Williams.
Prescott's pass.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
At the 35-yard line.
From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Here's Prescott. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Of 18.
The Cowboys going to use their
That's
second
good
timeout
for the Cowboys.
now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here
First
as
and
we
10
head
at
toward
the
halftime.
47-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds his man. Complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
That's another Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field.
A 45-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further.
44.
So this lead, Charles, is continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue. But all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
Brandon Aubrey
so still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. 1 second, all that remains. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far.
Brandon Aubrey
Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2. Well, not much happening on the return as we get this to about the 23.
The Ravens take
the
over
Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Throwing is Jackson. He's got Derrick Henry again, back-to-back catches. So gave him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch.
A 5-yard pickup on the play.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held him to an okay game.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Inside handoff, Henry. Powering forward. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They go play action now. Jackson. And that one going to come up short. Great throw.
Pass. Intended
Nice
for
progress down the
DeAndre
field was
Hopkins.
halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Jackson. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 33. Well, with that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Jackson, options out left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Jackson to throw. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson. Got a man. It's caught. Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 31 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for two.
The Ravens will line up for the two-point conversion.
Pressure gets there, and he goes down. So they couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
27.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. Now after the touchdown, Luke
to kick off
back out to
Baltimore.
kick this one away. Nice little juke. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They begin the drive with Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here.
The ball carrier.
Off the edge and right to the ball that time is Kyle Van Noy. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool. Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't all fall victim to it themselves.
No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
No gain on the play.
For that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now Prescott. Able to hit his target Lamb. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards.
The tackle made at
Second
the 6-yard
down
line. A pickup
and now
of 2.
defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Williams will try again. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
I have to laugh
a gain
a little
of 1
bit
yard
because
on the play.
He actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. The short throw caught by Andrews.
Jackson,
so the completion good for just 3.
Andrews.
And it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Here's Jackson. Shifts by him. And he gets this one just shy of 40, down at the 39. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
1st down, Baltimore.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
Now a handoff to Henry. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49.
Just shy of midfield.
43 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play.
Brought down back at the 45-yard line.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And down he goes at the 45 Jackson after a pickup of 9.
Complete to number 10.
I'll give him credit there. Nice job on the drag route. Bring the receiver across the field. He can catch it in stride and turn it up. He was able to do just that, although he's just a little bit short of the 1st down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. And that's going to be incomplete.
Jackson,
the coverage too good there. The contact caught the ball free, and it's 4th down.
It's 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. The quick feet by Jackson. Gets it inside the 35, just shy of the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
1st down.
To throw is Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete.
Pass.
Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's
And partner, to me, that one was
10.
all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Jackson now. He'll get this to Flowers, left side.
Pass.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 7
They get
yards.
7 out of that,
And
so they're
it's
left with a 3rd and 3.
down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
They'll run. It's Henry. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That is caught by
CerDee Lamb.
And they work this well upfield and
It's a
across
gain
the
of 23
45.
yards.
23 yards on the play.
First down. First
This
and
offensive
10
game
at the
plan has just been
48-yard
sensational.
line.
I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson.
Prescott's
No
pass.
gain, and it's 2nd
Complete
down.
to Jake
And
Ferguson.
there's a completion to the tight end.
Pushed
And look
out
at the
of
size of
bounds
these
right at
players
the line of
nowadays.
scrimmage.
At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7
That's
there on
a
the
gain of
tuck and run,
7.
and they're in better shape
Brings
now
up
for
3rd and 3.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead.
That's good.
First down, 18-yard gain.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 20, here's a 2nd and 4. Prescott down. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. 7 yards there and a first down.
7-yard gain.
This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs. Hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams.
Javonte
And he is
Williams,
met
the ball
at the
carrier.
line of scrimmage, and he goes
Kyle
down
Van
right
Noy
there.
on the tackle. No
gain on the play. It'll be second
Brings up
down.
Second down.
This defense
At the
could use a few more
11-yard
plays
line.
like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Throwing sidelines here. Ferguson
The
bringing
second
it
down
in.
pass.
So just 3
Complete to
yards on the
Jake
completion
Ferguson.
there. And it
That's
brings
a
up
gain of
3rd
3.
and 5 now.
Now 3rd
That's
and
now
5.
4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving
Intended
again.
for Luke
Coaches
Schoonmaker.
talk about it all the time.
Incomplete.
Players talk about it as
It's
well.
4th down.
Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
So on 4th
Aubrey
down,
on
Prescott
for the
off,
Cowboys
and
field
on
goal.
is Aubrey for the
A
Cowboy field goal.
24-yard attempt.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good.
Is good.
And that will extend their lead
Makes
even
the
further.
score Cowboys
So this
47.
drive maybe didn't end with the
Ravens
same kind of success
27.
they had in the first half, but they do add 3 to their lead.
And defensively, I think they went in there at halftime and made a pact with each other and said, look, we can't let these guys keep driving it right down our throats. Not perfect giving up 3, but a much better start than the way they played in the first half.
Brandon
So after the
Aubrey
made
to kick
field
off
goal,
for
back
the
out is
Cowboys.
Aubrey to kick this away. And able to get this
Ravens
out to
take
the
over
25.
first and 10.
And
At
now
their own
Baltimore gets set
25-yard
to
line.
take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And he's going to be dropped following a
Derrick
pickup of
Henry, the
7
Ravens
past the
ball
30 to
carrier.
the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard
No
line.
matter how they phrase it,
It's a gain
staying
of
on
7.
schedule, staying
Brings
ahead of
up
the sticks,
second
whatever you
and
want to
3.
call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Flowers going to go in motion right. They'll fake a jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. He had a defender right there looking to force that to the ground.
Incomplete.
And 4th down now coming up.
3 and
Looks like
out.
another empty possession
4th down.
offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Jordan
The Ravens
Stout
send their
in
punter
punt
out
formation
now.
for the
As
Ravens.
he's on to kick it away. Yards is the distance on the punt there.
Turpin on the
And
return.
out will come the offense
The
as
Cowboys
they take over.
first and 10.
The Dallas offense
at their
back
own
out onto the
41-yard
field.
line.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams.
Javonte
And he
Williams,
can
the
only
ball
manage to
carrier.
get a couple.
Roquan
2nd and 8
Smith
coming
in on
up.
the tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night.
Second down.
It hasn't been
at
his
the 44-yard line.
I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And his throw here is incomplete.
Intended for
in the early days of the NFL, you could easily blame these drops on maybe some uneven or uncertain lighting in the stadium. Not anymore. The lights are pretty good.
Yeah, they're great here at night, but his second drop, indeed, not a good look. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Prescott from the gun. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
It's now
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
And the Ravens taking the field. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
They go play action with Jackson. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball
Coverage
there. They didn't get it.
Boy,
they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Jackson going to keep it running right. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. Jackson. He's got a man, complete.
Jackson's pass.
He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
A gain of 34 yards.
34 yards.
First down, Baltimore.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Intended for Derrick Henry.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
And he will have the Ravens first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, Ravens.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he's able to break out one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
He was brought down
Kenneth
at the
Murray,
26.
the linebacker, there to make
It's
the play defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 5. Jackson, option right. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
3rd down.
Pretty good job there defensively of stringing that one out.
Yeah, you've got a quarterback who's waiting and waiting for something to develop, and it just never materialized, and down he went behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Working the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 16.
And a Raven 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Touchdown, Baltimore.
So he had a nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Tyler Luke
for the extra point. And that will cut this lead down to 13.
Makes the score Cowboys 47.
Drive that time.
Ravens
11 plays
34.
And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. Able to slither by. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way, so it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
And the Cowboys 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
occasionally you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the fourth. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. They'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brings up second down.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Prescott to throw. In the middle, complete. That's Ferguson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line.
That's good for a
Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So in Raven territory now, here's a first and 10 at the 45-yard line. Going right back to Ferguson.
Prescott
2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up second down.
A 2-yard gain.
It's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intended for CerDee Lamb.
Got an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. Looking to throw. Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
That's another Cowboys.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Prescott yet again. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. After the move and then brought down near the 23. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
At the Ravens'
24-yard
line.
Say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver, that makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down.
At the 28-yard line.
Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And he will run a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's another Cowboys.
Slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? You got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the pass. That's good for a gain of 6. And it's second down.
It's a pickup of 6.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football
at
around.
The Ravens'
here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Up the middle they go with Sanders. They stop that for Sanders, taking it down to 14.
The tackle by Trenton
Absolutely love
Simpson.
the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. Here's Prescott. Well, he is caught. And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on third and 2.
12 yards. That's another Cowboys first down. First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Punching it in for the away. And the Cowboys have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up first downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And
the attempt at the 2-point conversion is
so the 2-point conversion, no good.
The score,
they attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone,
Ravens,
unsuccessfully.
34.
And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
Brandon Aubrey
so after
to
the
kick off for
touchdown,
the Cowboys.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll go down.
The Ravens take over first
at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Ravens offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was over.
There he goes, left side. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown.
Baltimore.
Lamar Jackson, 74 yards. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Well, we've certainly seen this before, CD. No one can quite electrify a crowd like Lamar Jackson, and really don't know what else to say other than that was special right there.
I think you pretty much said it all, but I go back to what you said about electrifying a crowd. He's also electrifying us, and we're calling the game. This guy's simply sensational.
Tyler
Luke now
Luke
for the extra point.
For the extra point.
And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
Makes the score Cowboys 53.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever
Ravens,
see.
41.
One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
Tyler Luke
Now after
to
the
kick off
touchdown,
for
Luke
Baltimore.
back out to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Return. The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
What was once a really comfortable lead is not so comfortable anymore. Down to a 2-score game after they've seen a pair of touchdowns go against them on those last 2 drives.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get off of autopilot right now, okay? Get back to what was working for them earlier. Understand that they still have a 2-score lead, so it's not dire, but at the same time, okay, guys, let's mash the gas. Let's get going again. Let's have some fun.
The busy night continues for Williams. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
It's a gain of 11. And the Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Second down and 4. Again, it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
Now, that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop? Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
The Ravens take over
the visitors' offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Complete to Mark Andrews.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical. You figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Throwing is Jackson. On the slant, complete to Hopkins.
Jackson's
and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
A gain of
63 yards receiving for him now.
First
And that
down,
last
Baltimore.
catch, good enough for a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet. Not
a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Henry up the middle. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
That's a really good game right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Off the option, here's Henry. And he'll get it out to midfield. Right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
4 yards.
Let's face it, when you have a guy who can pick up those types of runs and keep the chains moving or stay ahead of the chains, you're making everyone else on offense happy because you're opening things up to allow for a whole lot of different play calls.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
For Zay Flowers.
Offense is moving it.